little bit. A little more volume than my brain can handle.
Every Wednesday at 10/9 Central, Bravo's primetime Emmy-winning
the F-150,
Any minute now, we'll be getting Jeff on. Any minute. Oh, I think he's actually calling me.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Good afternoon. Yes, I can.
Good, good, good. And just before we get started, I want to make sure that we're coming through loud and clear on the stream. Apparently your voice is far too manly for the internet, so I have to turn you down a little bit.
I have that problems from time to time.
How you feeling?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Lost 5 games today and somehow wound up promoted into Master League, so I'm happy.
So you're lying. Oh, you are happy. Okay.
So, but otherwise, doing just fine. Really excited to kind of get started. This is actually our inaugural 12 weeks with the show. Week 1, Episode 1. You're kicking us off, man.
Very good. I'm honored.
As we are. So today, I wanted to take some time. I think it's really appropriate that 1.2 hit today.
Yeah.
And I think it's quite appropriate that we're going to be talking about Stargate Plays in ZvP. And as a
Yep.
Protoss player, I'm sure that you can shine a lot of light on that. So maybe we could kick things off by you just talking about why a Protoss player might open Stargate, or might open 3-Gate Expand Stargate, or Forge First
Sure.
Stargate, or all of the above.
Well, fast expansion play is still really abundant. Some people do mix in like the 3 Warp Gate, Void Ray bust that we can talk about in a little bit, but for the most part, the philosophy behind a Stargate opening is to force the Zerg into predictable grounds, but then also take advantage of those sentries as well. As people have probably seen with Kiwi Khaki and also White Raw now, who very rarely make an army that doesn't include X many Void Rays.
Mm-hmm.
They very, very much so like it because A, it's unique. Not everyone is doing it, so all the Zergs that are out there don't really know what the heck to do when they look at that. They're like, I guess make Hydras, which of course is very malleable for the Colossus, which is fantastic for them. But then they make Corruptors, but then they just attack move the Corruptors. So there's just all this kind of confusion, and they're really exploiting that at low cost as well. Because the Void Ray is fairly easy to use in that army composition because it's not like you have to babysit them big time or special micro or anything like that. You pretty much just attack move with them. If they do get focused down, you back them off and keep them inside the Guardian Shield, and that's it. And guess what? You have to do that with just about everything in the Protoss army, more or less. So not a huge burden on the Protoss, but a huge loop to the Zerg. So Protoss that open Stargate usually, as with QCAC and White Raw, like to do it a little bit after or before the Robo is put down. And this is for the Void Ray composition. And they'll just kind of go 1-1, Colossus and Void Ray. And then eventually, once they get their third, possibly fourth up, they'll go double Robo. I've been seeing some Protoss do it off a 2-base. We'll talk about that in a second. But for the most part, if you look at that, well, I guess we'll get to the reaction in a second. We'll just go from the Protoss perspective right now.
Okay.
They're just doing it to throw them off for a loop, and they're looking to get those compositions. So they don't really want to engage with this army so much. They're trying to build up to that critical mass. And then sit behind their force fields. Because if they can have your Roaches at the front with the Void Rays charging up on them with their longer range, and the Hydras in the back, null and void, then the Colossus are going to rake in on the Hydras, and the Void Rays are going to charge up. And then once the Roaches are done, and they're taking bonus damage because they're armored, then the Void Rays move on to the less effective Hydras. But still, once they're fully charged and you got a whole army behind them, it's not like Hydras stand there for any more than 2 seconds.
Right.
So a couple of things to note. That's the Void Ray opening. The other one is, I think, less common, but going to be probably more common given this patch, is people will open up like double Stargate or even single Stargate and go mass Corsair.
Phoenix.
And with those Corsairs,